Hello everybody, more League stuff on the way today. Now I checked out KDA and the behind the scenes of that, recently took a look at Pentakill, and now I want to check out True Damage. I believe this is the third out of the 3 bands that League has created, and as far as I'm aware it seems that Ekko is part of True Damage. And we've seen sort of more of a K-pop, Korean pop style with KDA. We've seen sort of metal style with Pentakill, and now I want to see what True Damage has to offer because I'm not familiar with it at all. I'd seen hints of Pentakill because it had appeared in one of the cinematics way back in the beginning when I started watching them, and obviously KDA I've seen at this point, but I've got no real idea what True Damage sounds like, so I'm interested to see where this goes. So without any further ado, let's check out True Damage. Let's start here with their biggest video, it seems, 219 million views. And before I start, let me just look at True Damage band members. Let's just take a look at who's in it. So it seems it's Ekko, Akali or Akali, I still don't know which way to pronounce that if I'm being honest with you. Kiana, Yasuo, keep hearing about Yasuo, and Senna. Not going to look all them up too much because I'm going to do that more when we go through the League Champions A to Z. But I know Ekko obviously because of Arcane. Akali or Akali, she's also in KDA, right? Let me just check that. Yep. Okay, so she's also in KDA. Kiana, not familiar with. Yasuo, his name has been mentioned and I think we've seen him in some cinematics, but I need to know more about him. And Senna, again, has been mentioned, but also don't know about them. Right, okie dokie, let's check out True Damage. I'm interested to see what style it's going to be. It's got a style of like Into the Spideyverse or whatever that's got. I still haven't seen that, but it's got a similar animation style to that, it looks like. Ooh. Ooh.
Moving too fast, like I'm moving in slow-mo. I'm a god, but I actually don't know. I mean, better put your pride aside. I'm a Benz, get more like a Volvo. Your best stuff looks like my words. Synapses, fire, and burst. Got the whole crew with me, about to do damage. You know we ain't average. I ain't gonna say this again, but it's in my time. Better look in my eyes. I'm a genius in the skies with my heart on my sleeve. And you force, you go block, you a king in his prime. Everybody got a line. Sit back with the stars in line. I finesse like my life on the 9 was a diamond in the rough, and now I shine.
Oh my god, that's stunning. Reminds me of the beads. You know the beads that Katarina, that's the one, walks through in the Noxus teaser trailer thingy-mabob. You know the one I mean? You know, she walks through and it kind of like moves over her head. It reminds me of that. Okay, so this is like similar style to KDA. It's not the same, but it's closer to that than it would be to Pentakill for sure. Okay. I think that's Akali, right? Or Akali. Oh, she's... No, we've seen her in cinematics, right? Yeah, we've seen her. She was the one that was dealing with the mist. Yes, remember. Yeah. She's in KDA. Got it. Or is she in KDA? No. No, that's definitely Akali. Oh shoot, I don't know who's who. I don't think she's the one in KDA, as far as I'm aware. Maybe she is, I don't know. This is really cool though. It's interesting as well, just to point something out. You know, like usually when they do animated stuff, the character will be more 3D and the background will be sort of 2D and flatter. This is the opposite. The characters are 2D and the background has more 3D effect. It's very clever. I haven't seen anything like that before. You know what I mean? Yasuo. I think that's him. Oh, I like the way they changed that up there. Hang on, let me turn that up a little bit. Oh, I like that. Oh. You just go sleeping on mine. You got your back on recline. When I damage your delicate spine, please don't act out, shine surprise. They be like, what you mean? Jesus. So this was 2019. I wonder if that'd be linked to the Worlds opening or something. Yeah. As seen at Worlds 2019. Was that in Paris or something? It's either in Bridging the Rift or something they mentioned it, but just the Eiffel Tower there. Okay. Have they only done one song? How many songs has True Damage done? Ah, so True Damage have only done one song. Okay. As True Damage have only done one song, and otherwise this is going to be a very, very short video, what I'm going to do is look into the champions just a little bit and learn a bit more about them. And then we're just going to watch a really quick behind the scenes where it looks like how they recorded the song. That's what we're going to do instead. I thought True Damage had done more, but they'd only done one song, which is interesting. Akali is impatient, explosive, and determined. She abandoned the Kinkau order, and her title of the Fist of Shadow. She now strikes alone. Okay, someone said Akali's a bit bratty in the game. I don't know if that's true or not, let me know. Ekko, obviously we know Ekko. Prodigy from the rough streets of Zorn. Ekko manipulates time to twist any situation to his advantage, using his own invention. I feel like Ekko was... I've mentioned this before when talking about Arcane. I feel like season 2 should have been 12 episodes because we would have been able to learn more about Ekko and things like that. Kiana plots her own ruthless path to the high seat of the Yun Tal. Last in line to succeed her parents, she faces those who stand in her way. She's cool. Ah, yes, we saw this in DUCKWRTH's video about these. They live in that area which is sort of very isolated because they thought the rest of the world was sort of going to collapse in on itself and fall apart, and they're very isolated. They're south below Zorn and Piltover. Yes. Senna, not Ayrton Senna. Senna seeks to end the Black Mist by see, I told you it was something to do with the mist. By turning it against itself with every blast of her relic weapon, redeeming the lost souls within. That's what she was doing in those cinematics. Okay, she was the one I said, is that Mel? Because I just wasn't sure and wasn't familiar. She's cool. I like her a lot. Yeah, and she's got that massive, like, it's not a sword. I don't know what it is, yeah. And then Yasuo, we heard a bit about Yasuo. He was banished, or he sort of fled, if I remember rightly. Yasuo is an agile swordsman who wields the air itself against his enemies. As a proud young man, he was falsely accused of murdering his master. Yes. And he fled, or he sort of went into exile. Yes. Oh, and we did see the cinematic of him, Yasuo. Yes. He's cool. Didn't we see Yasuo on that Jinx thing? Is that Yasuo with her? Hang on.
Go. Then there's Yasuo.
Yes. See? It was Yasuo.
Yeah. Watch.
Yeah, I remember he showed up. I remember him. Yep. Okay. And he's Ionian, as far as I'm aware. What happened to Yasuo? In time, his master's true killer was revealed, and his brother mysteriously returned from death. Yet Yasuo still could not forgive himself for all he had done. Now he wanders the world with only the wind to guide his blade. Ooh, I want to learn more about him. Okay. Let's just quickly take a look at this behind the scenes. So I want to just know a little bit more about how they made... It's a shame they've only got one song. Why does True Damage only have one song? True Damage only has one song because unlike other League of Legends music groups like KDA or Pentakill, it was a one-off project designed to showcase a specific set of champion skins with a single song. Got you. Likely due to the high cost of featuring such a diverse group of popular artists for a single release, and potentially because of the initial reception to the concept wasn't as overwhelmingly positive as other musical groups in the game. Interesting. So a little bit of everything. Maybe it will make a return one day at some point. Right, let's look at this. So this is, okay, so these are how they, giving Ekko a voice. Okay.
Hey, Akali, you ready for this? Hi, I'm Michael Wolf, the writer for True Damage Ekko, here with rapper Thutmose.
What's up?
We're here chatting about his work as the voice for True Damage Ekko.
I combine time and rhyme like a mastermind.
What was it like working on this project? What first appealed to you about it?
Just do something different than I'm accustomed to. Something I've never done before. Always wanted to get into acting, and then this is kind of like in that realm, you know, of what voicing over a character is. So cool.
See, that's one thing being a voice actor for a character. It's another thing voice acting a character in a song. That's like a different level of skill, isn't it, really, when you think about it? That's cool.
Actually try it out for the first time. So I think that really excited me about the process, you know, and also Ekko's story. I think it's really dope.
How was your experience doing voice acting? How is it compared to being in the studio and making music?
Very similar, like surprisingly, because a lot of times, you know, when it comes to music, it's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. And it's like the delivery. Like if you're trying to be a little more emotional, you usually use a certain kind of tone. If you want to try to be a little aggressive, I got to go in there and like growl and like do crazy shit, you know. So voiceover is just like trying to tap into the emotions, some of the actions, or just kind of like the braggadocious kind of stuff. It's very similar, you know, the approach, execution.
You ain't nothing but dirt on my shoulder.
We loved how you brought your own personal flavor and brought his character to life. So is there anything specific that you latched onto in Ekko's story that allowed you to do that?
Besides him being a genius,
I
love his story. Like he grew up like in a very tough place, and then he was able to make the most out of everything he had. You know, so I think it's a very like relatable story. Just feeling like me, was come from Nigeria, grew up in Brooklyn, and I've always been like into like computers and like, you know, I used to study computers back in school. So there's a lot of things about his story that seems very relatable to me, and also I think it relates to a lot of other kids like around the city. They're just like not as privileged, you know, but still come up with amazing stuff.
Got him.
We've always wanted Ekko, especially in this version of him, to, you know, he's a prodigy, he's talented, but he kind of realizes he has a lot of hard work to do to get to the top. But he knows he can get there. Like
Exactly. The number one thing you always need to have as an artist is the self-belief in yourself before anything else. Because like if you don't believe in yourself, who's gonna be believing in you?
For sure.
It makes it really hard to like wake up every day and keep doing what you have to do. You know?
Yeah.
To me, I look at life as like, with the glass like half full, kind of like, you know. So try to keep it positive and just believe in myself. You know.
He really is Ekko. I can't explain. He's got the same vibe as Ekko does. Like it's really interesting.
Positive and just believe in myself. You know.
For me, this is one of the coolest things I've had the chance to work on at Riot. Like being a hip hop fan most of my life, and a lot of kids. Like growing up, I had notebooks filled with like rhymes and stuff, and maybe you freestyle during passing periods and things like that. But it has been an incredible experience to actually be able to write for a professional rapper like yourself. Like
at the end of the day, when we create for ourselves, but ultimately for like everybody else to consume it.
Yeah.
So the end goal is just like trying to make sure everybody could enjoy it.
I think players will love your voice in the game.
Hey, I'm looking forward to hearing my voice. You know,
this will be something special.
I haven't fully said it yet, but I think once I see it in the grand scheme of it, by the end goal, at the end of the day, it's gonna be really sick.
With this being your first time doing VO, and you know we were so lucky to have you, like, would you want to do something like this more in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm for sure doing more stuff like this. It's an amazing opportunity. Being able to be a part of something so cool and just be able to like curate the experience for gamers. I love the entire experience, and for sure I want to do it again.
That's really interesting. I'm surprised. See, that's interesting. Top comment says, would be awesome if he could voice Ekko in the upcoming animated series as well. He seems very passionate about voice acting. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't include him. Yeah, I mean the guy who voices Ekko in the show is awesome anyway, but I'm amazed this didn't take off more than KDA or Pentakill. Interesting. Well, I really hope one day I can do another True Damage reaction. I hope they release more, because that would be really cool. I really like that, and I think they could do a hell of a lot more with that eventually. Interesting. Let me know what you think. Out of the three, out of KDA, Pentakill, and True Damage, which is your favourite? And if you could put a band together of, let's say, has to be a minimum of 3 champions, and you can pick any genre you want, who are you picking? Who do you put together? Who do you think is compatible and would be in a band, and what genre of music would it be? And let me know below. I think I would put Heimerdinger, Corky, and Braum doing a country album. There you go, that's my pick. What's yours? Let me know below, comment below. If you did enjoy this, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Stick around, we've got more fun stuff on the way and a few little surprises that I've been working on in the background as well. So you won't want to miss those. Thank you very much for watching, take very good care of yourself and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.